Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where today we are going to return to the western approach once again. But hopefully we'll be able to conduct an operation that will allow us to explore the northeastern section that has been locked off to us. Thank you for finding more throne accessories for my throne. This is new. Actually, we got a few new things. Did I only have one person collecting resources? What a waste. Ambassador, please convey my thanks to the Inquisition for their assistance. The Chantry expedition into the laboratory was a complete success. However, to say we were appalled by most of our findings would be an understatement. We shall send you the full documentation of our discoveries when it is complete. In the meantime, we uncovered a few artifacts of note that may still be serviceable. Maker's blessings upon you, Sister Rosalie. Ambassador Montiliet, I have been considering your last letter, and as I do owe you a debt of gratitude for handling the Cumberland incident. I think I have found something that may solve your mystery. I have an acquaintance in Mermrathis, who has a brother in that circle's College of Antiquities. A few favors, and he may be able to translate your ancient text. But I should warn you, they are likely to be costly favors. Still, this may be your most promising avenue. Yours sincerely, Baron Maxwell von Sarant. A favor for a friend of a friend can get the manuscript translated by an expert. Let's do it. We got 65 power. Esteemed Ambassador Montiliet, enclosed you will find the completed translation of your fascinating manuscript, which our scholars estimate to predate the First Blight. The dialect caused quite a stir in historical linguistics. The College of Antiquities would be most interested in further cooperation with the Inquisition, should you uncover more Tevene documents from the pre-Blight era. Quarterly, Anaximander Vetri, Dean of Antiquities, Minrathis Circle. That's... No, we're not going to go right now. We're gonna hold off on that right now. Like, we don't need to go here. Can we? No, I think Emprise de Lyon is too high of a level for us. So we're going to hold back on that until that is the last thing available to us. Because right now we only have one thing to worry about. And that is finishing up the other sections of the Western Approach. And once we find ourselves at a standstill,
at your service,
then we could we can look at what areas that we can go next. I think the Exalted Plains. Yeah, the Exalted Plains is next for us, based on what I've seen online. Is that Magister's staff worth anything? No. It is absolute crap. Not just in comparison to myself, but in comparison to the other staves, the other characters have. Oh. We'll bring Sarah, we'll bring Blackwall, because I think there's still one more thing for me to collect for him, and Solus. Because bringing along Vivian doesn't really have anything unique for her for dialogue's sake. Like, we found the magic tome, but she had nothing to say about it. Whereas opposed to like Blackwall, in regards to like the old Warden text, the old Warden pieces, every time you pick one up while Blackwall isn't around or isn't in the party, somebody's always like, well, it's Blackwall would have really liked to be here for this. He would have really appreciated the chance to see this genuine article of antiquity. And then you bring him with, and he's like, ugh, that's the good stuff. That's really the only thing that changed. But if you don't bring him with, and you talk to him, and you're like, hey, we found something really cool, and he'd be all like, wow, it would have been really cool if I saw that. I think you get a little bit more of a bonus having him in the party. I don't know if that same can be said about Vivian. The manuscript has been translated.
My people have translated that to Vinta manuscript.
Well, not my people, but my people got other people.
Patterns, migrations. Ha! Durant's theory that dragons can't see the color blue is refuted. Now, I need to determine the appropriate spots so the lures can be planted. If you've observed anything, perhaps Gurn with the claw and burn marks of a dragon attack, I would be glad to hear of it.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Yeah, I have not done that yet. All right. We've got a slew of activities. Most of these are shards. Some of these are dragon pieces. Like, my hope is at the very least one of these quest items will bring me by the... I think I forgot all the death root I need. Oh no, I need more death root. My bad. Will bring me by more death root. Will bring me by the missing alpha quillback I need. I need to kill one more alpha quillback. Nope. In order to complete the first step of Way of the Assassin. Is that what I need? Assassin Guild leader tokens? What did I need the alpha quillback for? I needed the alpha quillback for something. Just one more of them. We'll see what it pops up.
Let's look around.
Dragons eat that. Why? Your expert was a nutter.
I mean, you're not a dragon, so you don't necessarily need to worry about. Whether you agree with their diet? Let's go here, and let's finally go into this Oasis Cave, actually. Maybe start off by eliminating this hyena. Wait, what was east of me? Shard. Okay. Are you a alpha? You look like a regular quillback. All right, we are at the appropriate amount of death roots. I wanted to climb down. Oh, hold on. There it is. Nope, nope, it's below. I claim this staircase for the Inquisition. Shortcut. Scratched into the wood is the following message. Can I get you a ladder to get off my back? Wait, if there's a shard here, then it has to be either down below or way up high. It's way up high. So then what is down below? Because I haven't seen any astrariums in this area, so there wouldn't be a locked cave hiding more loot. Ah, mosaic piece. I claim this cave for the Inquisition. Lost idol. The relief carvings on this slab depict worshippers of Razikel, old god of mysteries, engaged in a religious ceremony. We know they were. They put up those awful statues of Andraste looking snobbish. Everywhere they go, not much of a secret location. We know they found a way to reverse tranquility, but so far nothing we've uncovered has told us how they did it. I hate that statue. She just keeps sneering at me. Interesting, I suppose. Do I have to climb up and around in order to get to that? I fear that I'm going to have to climb up and around to get that shard, but that's fine. Though the idea that people have experimented and successfully reversed tranquility is an interesting one. Since tranquility is one supposed to be completely irreversible, and it would, in theory, enable the person to regain their lost humanity, as tranquility more or less removes who they were out of fear that they might be a danger to themselves, to the people around them. Okay. Have I been here before? I think I have. And I just did not see the shard. Actually, yeah. It is easier for me to just fast travel to the camp directly across than it is for me to go around. And I can unlock another door over in the desert oasis. So I'm going to have to do that today as well. Hello. How are you, Quillback? Not the one I need. Yeah, the varying terrains, like, it's an interesting idea. But they don't really work that well in this game. Hey, hello. How are you? No, get back here. Like, the combat is still very much based on melee, and having people awkwardly fight in between elevations, like, it doesn't really work that well. You just try your best and hope and pray. All right, another shard found. I'm somewhat tempted to just fast travel back to the camp. Okay, we're fine. We're good. We don't need to worry about doubling down on fast traveling. I've heard an interesting statement that I feel it's a very nice, simple statement. it still requires, like, once you put a little bit more thought into it, there's still, like, a little bit of an issue to it. Let's just go to the statement itself. I believe it was from the director of Dragon's Dogma 2, stated that, like, he wasn't planning on making a fast travel type of game because people who emphasize fast travel in their game, they've made a boring game. Which I agree on face value. The Tessero Tower, claimed for the Inquisition! Warden Commander Tessero, slayer over 100 genlocks, gave her life in defense of the abyssal rift at the start of the long night of the Second Blight. Because, like, if your desire to travel around you decide it's worth it, in your case, to just skip from one end of the area to the other, then you could say the time it takes for you to go from one area to the other, or the activities you'd be doing, are themselves not particularly interesting. But consider games that don't have fast travel. Like I remember playing, like with Red Dead Redemption 2, it has a very, very limited fast travel system. And that didn't necessarily make riding your horses for miles upon miles on end more interesting. It just became a little bit of a chore because you'd have to keep going. And I guess that's the hope, is that Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be interesting for the entire lot of it, and not just because it's requiring you to travel from one end of the area to the other every time. Like, fast travel is a useful system when done well. It saves you time. And as a player, like, you don't necessarily need to explore every area over and over and over again. And as a as a designer, like, are these areas always going to be designed to be played over and over again? Like, once you've explored... Okay, I've never actually finished Dragon's Dogma 1, because I found myself always kind of confronted by its difficulty spikes, and then giving up. Ooh, I leveled up to 15. But that opening area after you leave your hometown, like, once you do the quests there, like, there's no need to really explore that area. It just becomes terrain in between sections. So if you were able to just fast travel in between your opening town and the fort, like, okay, that's a short distance. But let's say the opening town and then the first castle. Like, that way you don't necessarily need to go the distance again and again as you're traveling between areas of the world. So is the game boring because you choose to fast travel? Or is the game just allowing you to jump to the more interesting parts? Like, more self-aware, I suppose. Let's see, I'm going to try... no, there was something else I wanted to do. Let's take a look and here. Oh, I haven't upgraded this before? All right. So, like, when I look at fast travel in this game, I don't really necessarily see it as, like, I'm skipping the boring parts. I'm getting to where I want to be faster. And that's the issue that's always raised by a game that's bigger in size, is once you get to these games that are... Ooh. Hold on. There's a keep we should be assaulting? The Venatori holds this keep. We must assault it? I can do that right now. Excellent. Like, the bigger the game you have, the more likely that the things you want to do are going to be farther apart from each other. And when these things are farther apart from each other, the more likely you'll want to skip directly to the thing that you want to do. Not every game is going to be incredibly densely packed with activities. That's, I suppose, a layer of design. Like, if you look at early World of Warcraft, or actually just a really good World of Warcraft section, is going to have you go through an area of the map, and you'll do quests in one spot, in one location, and then you'll shift over from one location to the other in the entire open region as you're moving around. Like, that is, you see that in the, in Westfall, you see that in the first region, through the Hellfire portal. Like, it's an aspect of the gameplay throughout. Of the better designed World of Warcraft sections. The more infamous ones are the ones where, like, it'll say, hey, you need to go from this section to the other continent, to Winterspring. Now you got to go back to Darrowshire. Now you got to go back to Winterspring again. Now you got to go... See, that's the thing. It's not about realizing... Like, fast travel as a system doesn't exist because it recognizes your game as boring. Fast travel as a system exists because it realizes your time is meaningful. And their game is huge. Ideally, the game would be designed in such a fashion... Oh, you're still fighting down here? In such a fashion that you're always moving towards progress. But as games get large and as, like, objectives that you cannot complete right when you pass them by, you always have to end up coming back. Like, consider that Dragon's Dogma. One of the first quests you can get is not completable when you get it. There's a quest that asks you to go into a well. And if you decide to go into the well within the hometown, you will get wrecked. The DLC is accessed through your hometown. Hold on, what the hell was that called? Sad Splinters? Why do I need all of this? Yeah, Sad Splinters. The despondent remains of a once proud keep door. Hello. Nope, you're not getting away from me.
Venatori! Meet them! Prepare them!
Oh, I see some ranged folk over there.
We serve Inquisitor in life and in death!
Let's stealth this guy. Are you dead? I think he's dead, actually. Ah. Alright, let's bring Blackwall back because he went right into a fire mine. Oh, nope, he came back. So yeah, ideally, as a designer, I would imagine you would want to avoid requiring the player, or placing the player in situations that they would choose to use fast travel over playing the game. Yep. But in practice, it is still a good idea to have a fast travel system in place. Just out of convenience. Yeah, there's a shard over there. We'll worry about that in a bit. Once we're done sacking this castle. And capturing it for the Inquisition. Can I jump this gap? Yes, I can. Excellent. I mean, highly unnecessary, but still.
Here, Inquisitor! I am ready to serve!
Serve this!
Life is nothing! He will reign!
Oh my. How did everybody die? Oh my gosh. This went very, very poorly. Okay. Drink. Thank you.
I join your glory.
No. He doesn't have any regeneration potions. I should probably fix that at some point. Did we all survive somehow?
The Inquisition could make use of it.
Yes. Oof, that was ugly. But we did it. Not entirely sure what he used, other than, like, I guess an area attack that got really lucky. But I will place this Inquisition flag for the Inquisition. It is now the Inquisition's. And see, now we've got actually minor changes in the world without necessarily needing to reload the state. So this actually,
Inquisitor, you're early. We've barely been set up a week.
this actually adjusts one of the arguments that I was thinking about the other day.
In the area. I have reports that bandits have taken up squatting in the fortress the wardens abandoned. We're reasonably well entrenched here. The keep's water supply has been problematic. It's causing delays. I'll prepare the troops for inspection at once.
That was a lot. But one of the things I was thinking about was, like, maybe the operations, the War Council table is not available for you to use on a regular basis because some of those operations change the existence of the world. And I suppose when you place the flag, the designers of the game know where you are. They don't have to really worry about where you're going to be in relation to how the world is changing. Tell me about the Darkspawn.
Tell me about the Darkspawn in the area.
The Darkspawn seem to have emerged since we took the keep.
Like
I've
a
warned
minute
the
ago?
troops not to engage unless absolutely necessary. We don't need a blight in the ranks. We have to find whatever hole the monsters came from and seal it.
Tell me about the bandits.
Report. What's the situation in the Warden's fortress?
Bandits moved in. Worse than quillbacks, if you ask me. They're holed up in there and using it as a base to strike at our supply caravans. Blasted scavengers.
What about the water?
What's wrong with the water supply?
The fort's well is full of garbage. Blasted Venatori threw corpses in there.
That seems like a
There's no
very
witness
short-sighted
nearby.
plan.
Vargas claimed it. Doing a decent job of keeping us away too. 4 soldiers have already fallen to venom and claws. We'll need reinforcements to drive the monster out.
Report, Captain. What's the situation in the western approach?
I've had scouts investigate that red lyrium operation you smashed. I don't think anyone's getting into that cave anytime soon.
We haven't met, have we? What's your name, soldier? Where have you served?
I beg your pardon, Inquisitor. Knight Captain Rylan at your service. I served with the Templars in Starkhaven until they all ran off to the hills, barking at the moon. Commander Cullen offered me a job, and I was glad to do anything to help stop all this madness.
Carry on, Captain.
Yes, Inquisitor.
All right. It's another ocularium. Actually, first let us... Can we? Right over here? No. Let us go use the ocularium. Oh. Or no, this is an astrarium. I did not find any astrariums in this area, and I had assumed there were none. Oh, thank goodness. I think. No. No. Yes. I think I got it now. There we go. Constellation Top. The only constellation to maintain its ancient name in the present day. The constellation Toth directly corresponds to the ancient Tevinter old god known as Toth, the Dragon of Fire. The depiction of this constellation varies, usually represented either as a man of flame, in agony, presumably a victim of the old god, or as a flaming orb. Scholars in the Divine Age attempted to officially change the nomenclature to Ignifer. This is why some old texts record it as such, but the attempt never caught on even after the eradication of old god worship in the Imperium. Yeah, sorry, we're only about worshipping young gods. These old gods, they don't know what us Gen Z gods are up to. They can't relate.
Inquisitor.
All right, let's see if we can get 2 things. Oh, several things. Many things. One of those things being the shard.
We're near another artifact.
We are?
Do not smirk at me, recruit. I will stick my boots so far up your ass, you'll be picking bootstraps out of your teeth.
But where's Solus? If I was that artifact... where would I be?
straps out of your teeth.
That does not sound like a good time, so no thank you. Oh, the shard is on the north side.
Did you hear what happened to Marcus?
Oh.
Fell into the hot spring. Saw him in the infirmary. It wasn't good. Nor what was left of his armor. I can guess.
I do not see the artifact. I guess I just have to take Solus's word that it exists. Ooh. All right. Collected that, then let us... Oh, there's enough... Oh, no. I was going to say, is that another Astrarium? No. Though I would imagine I'm going to have to deal with that outpost well. I definitely will not have to deal with that outpost poorly. Alright. Let's hope that... Oh my gosh. Why do I have... So, for some reason, I just assumed that by capturing the keep, I would not have to worry about refilling my... refilling my health potions. Because I would have just reloaded in the captured keep. Are you Darkspawn? You just didn't care over there. You
Where
just...
did they come from?
We should find out. This is exactly what the Wardens are supposed to prevent.
I'm glad that I have your slight approval. Alright, well, let's see if we can get through this section with one health potion. That way I don't have to go back to a camp and then come back here. I claim this tainted well for the Inquisition! This ancient cistern stinks like rotted meat. Oh. Oh my. I've got way too much stuff.
I'll give you 4.
Let us at least sell our junk. Maybe our second Silent Jenny. Maybe that dumb Magister's... Like these cheap ones. Yeah, just to clear up our inventory slightly. Okay. So that well goes nowhere, which is fine. All right, let's go. Did I get all the hunting locations? No, I didn't. I'm pretty sure I missed one. Unless I did get all of them. Yeah, I might have gotten all of them. Let's go back to him with the hunting locations. And thusly, traveling here will be kind enough to refill our potions, but it seems as though I need to equip everybody with potions. Blackwall. You can have... all that. All right, Frederick, I have discovered the hunting locations. Oh.
It seems very unlikely that she could be nesting at this time of year. Ah, fellow researcher, how can I help you?
I've spotted several dragon signs around the approach.
Most excellent, my friend. I don't suppose you noted the wound pattern?
They were pretty skeletal at that point.
Later. Andrast is mercy. From what I can tell, the dragon has been moving east and will be scouring the wastes next. Naturally, the dragon's hunting ground is full of miscreants, White Claw raiders. They've covered the area in traps for Maker only knows reasons. Quite a mess.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Oh my god. All right, I guess I'm going away from the crowd of activities that I was expecting to work on. But that's fine. We're at least doing something somewhere with someone. We need to stop these spirited, these sparkling water infused with alcohol drinkers from littering the landscape with traps. Then we will move on from the White Claw Raiders to the Bud Light Raiders. Ooh. Hello. Nope, get back here, you oh my gosh. Never mind. Disengage. It seems as though nobody cares about these traps. Nope. Oh, I still cannot go into stealth. Oh my gosh. Was everybody just waiting for me to start attacking? Are these fellows not smart enough to start attacking on their own? It happens. I'm reminded a little bit of the video game Commandos, which was this kind of like older strategy game on the PC. And eventually the Xbox, for God knows what reason. Like they felt the need to put it on consoles. But I remember in the first one, at least, like if you weren't controlling a person, they would do nothing. Like a Nazi would just be shooting them, and then they'd be like, ow, I'm taking damage, I'm hurting. All right, where is, oh, there's a trap. It doesn't look like I'm destroying the trap, it just looks like I'm taking the bait out of the trap. Like, that's it. Oh. Alright, there it looks like another... Like, I'm looking for these piles of bait, and then I'm just removing the bait.
That made someone angry.
Did
Best
it?
Be ready.
Are they gonna get in a fight with the... Nope, the Vargas has completely left the area. Ah, I knew there was still one more. Two more. All right. We have dealt with the bandits. Ah. Okay, these stones are made from, like... No. From some of the most destructible material. It just falls apart. Oh my... Are we in a fight? See, and that's... Like, there are multiple reasons. I think I've already talked the fast travel system to death. And the fast travel argument to death at this point. But also, like, when you're... One more thing. You're playing a game that's, like, 60 to 70 hours. You gotta save your time wherever you can.
Did you need something?
The raiders are dead!
The raiders are no longer in the way.
I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. Place this bait, and then wait. It will be a momentous achievement in draconology.
I'm off to plant the bait for the High Dragon.
I cannot wait to hear your observations. You must make note of how she circles the hunting area.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Alright, I'm not going to do that now. I am going to instead do other stuff, and then later on in the game, when I decide that I'm higher enough in power... Not in power, because at some point somebody in the game design decided that power also needed to represent like a currency that you use while in the Inquisition. While I'm strong enough in level, I will come back and fight all of the dragons. For now, though, we are just going to focus on the area, then the locked section. Who are we engaged with? Who's fighting us? Oh, this hyena. Hello. But yeah, and then go to hopefully the locked section up top. See, I imagine this is going to be down below in the water area. Still looks painful. Oh, hello. Was it just the one? I guess it was just the one. All right. And then I suppose the only other things to do would be... Oh yeah, clear out the bandits. From the squatters. Easiest way would be to go from the fast travel back to the camp and travel west. So we can return all the way over there. So apparently squatters moved into this fortress while we were away. They saw the abandoned fort and said, you know what we need to do? I think we're going to throw a bed there and a tent there. There were just 3 of them? I don't know. I feel like I'm disappointed in the Inquisition soldiers if they couldn't handle 3 bandits. Alright, let us go. We probably have to figure out another way up there. Let's go figure out the dark spawn. Like, am I looking for a specific section? Like, I would imagine maybe like a hole in the mountain that the, that the dark spawn are crawling out of. But they're all kind of just littering the landscape. Without any specific rhyme or reason. Now, I saw some darkspawn on the west side of the... on the west side of this... of the keep. While I was heading towards the well. And then I killed them. And then they talked about it. So, let's take a look and see if there's something else out here. Besides just the entrance to the well. I see a big squad over there. Maybe that's indicative of something. Let us stamina up. Go after this ghoul first. Son of a... Ghoul again. There we go. Solus, why are you just standing there? Try to move away. And, I keep forgetting, I keep assuming that I am restoring people's regeneration potions, but still haven't done that for Solus. I'm gonna have to do that eventually. I mean, I could hope that what I need is right at the center there, and what I suppose I can do is I could follow this path up north along the western edge. Head over to the shard, collect the shard that is available for me to collect, and then head southeast towards the epicenter of the darkspawn problem. Hello. Don't mind me. Oh, I guess you're an issue as well. Well, there's the shard at least. And then we've got the poison springs. Did the dark spawn emerge from said poison springs? Ah. Ooh, or is that another operation? Let us go.
We have to turn back.
The darkspawn got
Oh.
through. I'll have to see what our people at Skyhold can do.
That rhymed. Actually, what we're gonna do before we go back to Skyhold. It's always funny when you're playing any video game and characters load in the world, but they load slightly higher than the elevation of the ground. So, like, everybody just kind of, like, drops, like, 1 foot. Let us save a new game, plant 4 out of the 5 items, save the game again, and then plant the 5th one, see if we're tough enough to take on the dragon. If we're not, we can reload the previous save, and like I could maybe save here, go around, place bait, more bait. Ah, son of a... I forgot that Y is not jump. Even more bait. How can I possibly find room for all this bait? I'm not an amateur or beginner
Now we wait for the dragon.
at this.
A dragon. Do we ever have uneventful days?
No. Okay, I feel like a lot of this fight is going to be based around making sure everybody's standing in the right spot. Okay, we love your intro. Ah. You can go here. You can go there. No, I'm... Alright. I see its health bar moving slightly. I kind of saw that happening in real time. Take this bee jar. How do you expect to survive against this jar of bees? Okay, if I use this ability against the dragon, like, stop moving around, like, what is it actually going to do? I think this might actually be possible. Okay, who's hitting Solus? Nobody. Okay, I probably shouldn't be on the same side as Blackwall. And actually, Solus, you can drink. That was a wise choice to have Solus drink. Get back here, back left leg. Okay, where is Sarah? Where is Sarah's body? Is there a way to highlight where everybody's dead bodies are? Oh, nope, that's just a corpse. Oh no, now Sarah's back. More bees! Nope. Drink up. This is going to be very close, but surprisingly possible. Oh, and it's done. All right. Good job, us. What did we get? It would be nice if you can look at like what you got that was new. This blade is worse than the one that I've got. Plus 5% extra damage for each enemy within 8 meters. That's actually not bad. All right, we defeated the dragon. Let's go tell Frederick that, yeah, you're studying dragons. And all that.
Inquisitor.
Sarah, what is going on with your... Oh, are you in this weird leveled up state? All right, let's level her up. And Blackwall. And Solus. I have no idea what's going on with Sarah. She's just going nuts. Hey.
After more than 30 days, I have yet to observe the abyssal high dragon in...
Oh, you missed it?
Yes?
Yeah, I killed it though. The dragon's dead.
The high dragon attacked me when I planted the bait. I'm afraid it's dead.
She attacked? How wonderful! You had a first-hand view of her behavior. Did you take any notes on her aggressive posturing? I swore you wouldn't have. No matter. I should very much like to interview you. At a later time, of course. I could join your Inquisition. My expertise could be of use, and your scouts could help me find other specimens.
Sure, why not?
Certainly. I'm sure the Inquisition could use a draconologist.
Excellent. I'm sure my research will be...
Why is it called a draconologist and not a dragonologist? All right, let us go back to Skyhold. I wonder if this means I'd be able to take on the other dragons that I've already seen, like the one in The hinterlands, the one in... But like I said, it was pretty close. But I did succeed. Despite making multiple errors. I'll have to consider that. For now, let us go to the War Council table. Like, maybe once my mark ability refills itself. How is my inventory looking? 47 out of 60? Alright. Alright, let's see if we can make a bridge over that other set of troubled waters. Oh my. We've got a whole bunch of operations going on. Let's see, what is the one that might find the source of the Darkspawn? Commander Cullen, we have scattered reports of Darkspawn in the area, but it's been difficult to track down their point of origin. They're less hampered by the sulfur pits than we are, and our guess is that they are coming from somewhere on the far side. Our trips can bridge the pits, which should allow us to cross safely and find the location of the Darkspawn. But we will need significant resources to ensure the safety of the men while construction is underway. I await your orders, sir. Lieutenant Thompson. Building a bridge in that blasted area will be ugly work, but I can deploy enough troops to ensure that it is done safely. Commander Cullen, thanks to the reinforcements you sent, we constructed the bridge safely with minimal losses and fortified it in the event the Darkspawn tried to use it themselves. The Darkspawn are coming from ruins that appear to be to Winter. Per your orders, I'm restricting the troops to scouting and guard patrols until the ruins can be investigated. Not right now. The Griffin Wing Outpost has some access to water, but not enough to sustain the number of people there for a significant amount of time. The situation is not desperate. But if we are to maintain a presence in the western approach, the outpost will require access to fresh water. We should locate a reliable source as soon as possible.
All right.
Let's have Commander Cullen work on that. Get some rare metals out of there. Our researcher has been examining everything known of the draconic species, and she believes that she has a way to flush out a creature that might serve as a mount. The Dracolisk is a rarely seen beast, wary, skittish, but hardy and powerful. Certainly not a standard addition to a stable, but in what other way has the Inquisition proven itself to be standard?
Let's see what we have.
Commander, our work continues in the approach. It's difficult post, but our soldiers are determined to represent the Inquisition as best they can. Morale flags at best times. We manage. Perhaps a distraction would help. We can see about sending books. They can have a library. So optimistic. Alright, I'm thinking I'm going to stop here for the night. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.